The time now is 6:14. Welcome back. Let's check your weather with meteorologist Thomas Geboy. You know, Thomas, getting out the door this morning, I felt, man, it's a little chillier out there today.
Yeah, it's a little bit chillier because we saw the cold front move through yesterday, and we have some breezy northerly winds that continue to bring in those colder temperatures. So if you're getting ready to head outside this morning, heading off to work or school, make sure that you have those extra layers. But at least the weather for the most part is going to be calm as we go through today. High pressure building in. Winds will be out of the north. We'll mainly see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. But those northerly winds will continue, and it's going to make it feel just that little bit cooler throughout the day. And daytime highs today will range about 5 to 10 degrees colder compared to yesterday. But we did see that cold front move through, and it did produce some snow, especially up in our mountains. We talked about it yesterday, how most of our snow totals in our mountains were going to range generally 2 inches or less, but there might be some overachievers, and one of those overachievers was Beaver Mountain, 4 inches of snow, while Alta picked up just over 2.5. Brighton and Deer Valley both picked up 2 inches, and Cherry Peak picked up 1 inch. So while it's not anything that's too impressive, of course, we'll always take moisture that falls from the sky, and if you're going to be heading up to some of our resorts today, there will be a little bit of fresh snow for you to enjoy. But as mentioned, it's a chilly start to this Thursday morning. Happy Friday Eve, by the way. We're sitting at 23 in Salt Lake, 19 in Provo, so most of us along the Wasatch Front starting off close to 20 degrees, but it's 4 degrees in Logan, -2 in Vernal. We got some really cold spots in the northern half of the state, especially in the high terrain. We're sitting at 23 in Hanksville, 22 in Cedar City, and we're sitting at 38 degrees in St. George. St. George, even though you're warmer this morning compared to what we saw yesterday morning, the reason why your temperatures are running just a little bit milder is because we're actually seeing some gusty downsloping winds out of the canyon. So some gusty canyon winds this morning in lower Washington County, not gusting too strong in St. George proper, but as you make your way to Haledale and Springdale, we got wind gusts between 30 and 45 miles per hour. So we're seeing some pretty strong winds in southern Utah, and we could see those gap and canyon winds throughout the first half of the day in lower Washington County, something to keep in mind there. However, as we travel over into southeastern Utah, we do have some gusty winds, but things are a bit calmer, and we're shaping up to what's going to be a clear sunrise. You can start to see that sunrise glow just over the horizon, blanding a pretty view, to say the least. And then here's the view from Utah State University overlooking Cache Valley, and you can clearly see all the way through the valley, which means the air quality is looking good, and the air quality is looking good this morning. But as we go into this afternoon, we could start to see some of our northern Utah valleys fall into the moderate range, while some of those valleys likely going to stay in the good range. But one thing to note here is Duchesne and Uintah County, thanks to some strong winds from the cold front that moved through, air quality is expected to be moderate. We have been seeing unhealthy for sensitive groups, and we'll take any improvement that we can get in the Uintah Basin with how poor the air quality has been over there over the last several days. Your out the door forecast for the Wasatch Front, temperature starting off in the low and mid 20s. Temperatures will eventually climb into the low and mid 30s for those daytime highs. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, but temperatures ranging more than 5 degrees below seasonal averages in most locations. And for the Wasatch back, daytime highs will generally be in the upper 20s. We'll see a daytime high of 25 in Duchesne, and Tooele will see a daytime high of 31. Then in central Utah, a high of 32 in Gunnison, 33 in Richfield. Then down south, we'll see a high of 52 in St. George, 29 in Bryce Canyon, 34 degrees in Torrey, and 41 degrees in Hanksville. So we have those winds out of the north thanks to that high pressure that's built in, but that high pressure will move from west to east as we go from today into tomorrow, and that will result in more of a southerly flow for our Friday. So temperatures tomorrow will be about 5 to 10 degrees warmer compared to what we're going to see out there today, and that southerly flow will continue. So temperatures more or less staying status quo as we go throughout this weekend, maybe a little bit cooler on Sunday. And we talked earlier this week how a storm system would get at least close to our neighborhood this weekend. At this point, it looks like most of the moisture will stay away. We will see more clouds, we'll see more wind, and maybe a slight chance for wet weather in southeastern Utah on Sunday. But forecast model still very optimistic that as we get into Valentine's Day and next Wednesday, we could see a potent storm system move into our neighborhood. But of course, we'll continue to fine tune that forecast as we get closer. In St. George, we get low 50s today. Then it's generally mid to upper 50s from Friday into next week. Then we'll bring in that slight chance Tuesday and Wednesday, and temperatures will cool down in a big way by the middle of next week. Then along the Wasatch Front, mid 30s for today, low 40s for our Friday, upper 30s on Saturday. Then it's mainly mid to upper 30s as we turn the page into early next week, bringing in a chance of snow Tuesday and Wednesday.